Hey, welcome back everyone. So this class basically is more about the previous task that was given, how you can do it, in an efficient manner, and how you can go through it. This is just one way. I'll be taking an example of a very basic chatbot, and you can see how I'm building that chatbot, what is the thinking behind it, how I'm planning the intents, and how things go along. The first thing that comes up is which intents are open-ended and which are follow-up. The normal intents where I say a training phrase and the response from that intent comes up basically can be called open-ended intent. Okay, they are not on the follow-up, they don't need any previous intent to be triggered, so I call them open-ended intents. Now what we need to do is we need to think according to our conversational flow. What we need to think is that if the user comes up and asks this query directly, should this answer come up, or the user has to go through some process to reach this answer? I'll take a very basic example of a management college which has just two courses. One is BBA and the another one is MBA. Okay. Now I'll be taking you through how am I planning these intents. Okay. So basically I have divided all my intents into 4 categories. Okay, since this is a very basic chatbot, we have very less intents, and these are around 10 to 15 intents. Now I have categorized these intents into 4 parts. First one is more about the college, about its rankings, about its location, about its contact details and all that stuff. The next one is more about the courses. If someone is asking about the courses, what should come up. The next is hostel details, hostel facilities, hostel fees. And the last one is educational loan and scholarship and all that stuff. So there could be a lot of intent, but for now we'll be starting up with this example. So you can see here I have made some arrows. Okay, and as you can see these arrows, there is a very specific reason why I have made these arrows. Suppose someone comes to BBA details, okay, and there is a small suggestion chip out there saying apply now. Okay, so now the apply now intent that has to be triggered is for BBA. It has not to be for MBA. Hence, I understand that this is an intent that is specific to BBA. Okay, and so it could be in the follow-up intent. Same goes for the apply now under MBA details. On the other hand, if I come to educational loan, if someone is coming directly and says that yes, I don't want to say okay that I'm going ahead with your loan, right? So what I need to go is that they need to, if someone is saying yes directly, I don't need to answer them anything, and that is why this yes intent inside the loan part is a follow-up intent. Okay, so now what is happening here? Someone says I want to apply for loan, or tell me about the educational loan, or tell me about financial aid. So this intent will be triggered. It will be having 2 options, yes or no, and if someone now clicks yes, and then it will take the user further to yes, if you want to go ahead with education loan, you can apply it like this. If no issues, you can continue with some other facilities and all that stuff. So yeah, this is how we are planning these intents, and now we'll go on to build these intents in Dialogflow. So simple strategy: create an intent, create a training phrase, enter Google responses and connect them via chips, carousel or a list. Let's start. So you can see I'm here and this is a college agent. Okay, the name of agent is right out here, and I have 2 basic intents here. One is default fallback intent and the another one is default welcome intent. First of all, I should actually configure both of these intents and then I should go ahead. So let's start with the default welcome intent. The training phrases are already very set, I can see, and what I need to do is, and the default response is also set, hi, how are you doing, how can I help you, and all that stuff. Let me delete this for a while and let me just add one response, a text response out here. Now here's a catch. What you can do here is you can enter one text response out here and then you can add cards directly to the Google response. So if I say, hey, welcome to ABC College, I am your personal admission assistant. Okay, and then again another response that will also be text response, simple, and that could be like, what are you looking for? And now I'll have to give the user a quite hint that what can he or she go on with. So I'll go to Google responses and I'll add a response in suggestion chips. Simple suggestion chips like about ABC College, and other could be what all we made out there. So we can have a look out here what all we made. It would be rankings, it could be location, it could be contact info, it could be about courses. So we'll have to have a very crisp mix that could be about simple courses and rankings and say hostels for suppose. Okay, now you see somewhere I have created these 4 suggestion chips. Ultimately these 4 suggestion chips are going to become the training phrases, so that I can catch the right intent out there. I'll click on this save button. Next moment you can see here there's an intent saved, agent training started, agent training completed, and I can immediately test this. So if I say hi, I get here, hey welcome to ABC College, I'm a personal admission assistant, what are you looking for? And on the same time I can go to actions on Google and I can see the complete response that I'll be getting on Google Assistant. And you can see this is a complete response basically, right? So I think that's great, and this intent is tested. If I say hey, I get the same response. That's completely wonderful. Now let's get to another intent. Now let's get to fallback intent. So fallback intent is already configured. I didn't get that, can you say it again, I missed what is what. So I can I can configure it, but for now let's leave it for as it is, and let's quickly jump to the real intents basically. So let's start with about, and I'll click on the save button. It is telling you train the intent with what your users will say, and it is showing you what all you can do here. Add numerous phrases with different variations and parameters to improve the accuracy of intent matching. So simple, I'll say about ABC College. Tell me something about your college, or I could just say how is your college. Okay. Now I've added 2 or 3 training phrases, and now I can go just down to ABC College is the best college in India, and that's it. I've added a text response. As you can see, the anatomy in the slide that we shared, the anatomy of a response, it was almost like a text, then a card, and then suggestion chips. And same we can be doing here, right? Now I'll be going to Google Assistant, and what I'll do here is I can add a simple response here also, so I can just leave that response out here. So you need to keep one thing in mind, that if you are using this response, this thing needs to be turned on. Use responses from default tab as first response. Okay. Next I can add a basic card. So I can, in a simple response I can say, as I've said here, ABC is the best college in India. Delete it. Okay. Next moment I can enter any image URL. I've quickly got an image URL. I can enter the image accessibility text. Okay, I've already told you this is kind of the alternate text for the image accessibility, or whenever you will hover on this image, this text will be shown up. So I can just enter college. I can enter about ABC College, and then I can go for subtitle, or I can go the best MBA college, the most prestigious BA college in India basically. Okay. And I can go on with all the detailing out about the college basically, and I can, if you want to enter a web link title, it will be taking it to the URL of the website. I don't need it for now. Next moment I'll be adding up some suggestion chips, and these suggestion chips will be related to about the college, something related to. So we added when we were designing those responses, in the responses part we understood that some have to be related to the previous response, some have to be the pivotal links, some have to be what could be the need of the user basically. So simple, I can add here one about courses, and the next moment I can add something like again hostel, make the H capital, and then I can go around with contact, I can go around with education loan. Okay, I'll click on the save button. Again you can see the intent is saved, intent training has started, and next moment I can see my about college intent out here. Okay, Since I understand that I need to catch up on this intent directly as I can come, so I don't need to add it to a follow-up intent. Follow-up intent is not a very much wide use case, but it is very important when you need it. So in similar manner, I can add all these intents like rankings, location, contact info. Okay, I hope that's very clear. In similar manner, I can add hostel fees. Now let's come on to something like course details and all these flows that we have made out here. So yeah, this one is for the course. Now if someone says, show me your courses, or simply courses, all courses or programs. So now I've entered these training phrases here, or tell me about courses. Simple. So now when someone is saying around the courses stuff, I can say simply that sure, we offer to management courses, and then again I'll go to Google Assistant, and then I'll be adding a suggestion chip, 2 suggestion chips of MBA and then I'll be adding suggestion chips for BBA and MBA. Simple. I'll just click on the save button. Since this is a very simple thing around here, I'll create another intent. Just click on the save button. Once it is done, I can go ahead with creating another intent called BBA. If someone says BBA or Bachelor of Business Administration, or someone could say show me BBA details, or someone could say fees of BBA, someone could say yeah, so that's enough, good enough, or duration of BBA, eligibility of BBA. So different training phrases that someone could say about BBA. And I understand that Dialogflow is good enough to cater now good enough queries around BBA. Next moment what I'll do is I'll create a Google Assistant response, and I'll directly create something called a basic card. Again I'll enter again I'll have to find out some image for the card to look good. So you can use Pixabay for stock images, free stock images, and if I enter college out here, I'll get some images that I can use without any copyright issues. And if I can go for something good, it could be like, yeah, this one. Now I'll enter Bachelor of Business Administration. I can say 3 years, 3-year program. Next moment I can just add around the fees per year, that says around rupees 25,000 for suppose. Next moment I can say the eligibility 10 plus 2 with minimum 60% in qualifying exam. I hope that's good enough. And next moment what I'll do here is I'll add a response, I'll add a suggestion chip, and it will say apply now. Since I've shown most of the details here, I need to minimize my suggestion chip so that the user gets down to what I need to where I need to take him. Next moment I can best make it hostel fee. Okay. So yeah, I'm done here now. Added a response, added a basic card around here, and then hostel fee and all is done here. So once it is done, I can go ahead for a follow-up intent in BBA where I'll have to have an apply now. And there are many options out here: repeat, select number, next, more, cancel. I just need, and even fallback. So you can have different fallbacks according to different intent the user is on actually, and this is a very good thing. We'll come on to it later when we'll be covering up more things. For now we need a custom intent and As you can see, a custom BBA custom intent has been created. I'll just go to this BBA custom intent and I'll say apply. One thing if you notice here is that there is an input context added here, BBA-follow-up. Just keep this in mind, we'll take this up. So if I say apply now simply, that is enough. Follow-up intents don't usually require more, but I can add more things that I want to apply. Suppose user says this, okay, or how can I apply? Fine, that's good enough. Here is the link to application form for BBA. So different courses will have different links for application forms, and in the same manner if I go to Google Assistant out here, I can just add a response and I can say I'll now be adding a link out suggestion. Now this link out suggestion will take the user directly to the link. Okay, the destination name basically is apply now. URL could be https abccollege.in, and I'll just save this. And now when I'm testing all this stuff, I can simply test all this stuff, like I'll say here, show me your courses. As I say show me your courses, sure, we offer 2 management courses, one is BBA and one is MBA. If I go for BBA out here, it shows me a very good enough card. This is Bachelor of Business Administration, 3-year program, fees so and so, eligibility, all that we put up out there. Next is apply now, hostel fees, and now if I click on apply now, it catches up this particular intent and it says here is the link to application form for BBA. Now as I'll click this apply now, it has opened up another link, as you can see there. Simple how things are flowing here, and I can even check that the context here or the intent here is apply, and it has all worked in that format. In the same manner, I'll be going for MBA, I'll be going for MBA follow-up, and in follow-up I'll be creating an apply. Okay, so now we are creating another intent for the educational loan stuff, and I can go along in the same manner for educational loan, and then I can enter tell me about loan. Can I get financial aid, or simply education loan and loan. Simple. And then again I can go, sure, we offer educational loan facility too for our students. Another text response that would you like to go ahead with it, with applying for it? Simple. Next moment we'll add a Google Assistant response, add responses, go to suggestion chips, and then a yes and a no. So now I have asked the question here and it says a yes and a no. I'll have to save it. Once I come back, I can see this educational loan intent here, and I need to add 2 follow-up intents. So that could simply be yes, it is already a predefined intent out there, and again I can add another follow-up intent as no. So now simply I'll just go to the educational loan yes, and I'll define. So all these there are predefined phrases, you can see a lot of them, and great. So if the user says anything, if the user is not clicking that yes, and if the user is saying something like this, go ahead, that's correct, sounds good, all of them is gonna work. It is not even necessary to click that button out there, to click that suggestion chip. User can speak up anything, because ultimately that suggestion chip is also becoming a training phrase, will also be matched to a training phrase. Perfect. Here is the link to apply for educational loan. Apply for education loan. So that's great. Again, I'll be entering some link out here with Google Assistant response, and it will be a link out suggestion. So education loan, and it could be something like https abccollege.in/loan, and that's good enough. Now just click on the save button, and once this agent training is completed, I can just test it out, like I want financial aid. It says we offer education loan facility for our students. Would you like to go ahead applying for it? I just click on this yes. I can see perfect. Here's a link to apply for education loan. I'll just click on education loan and I can go ahead with it. Simple. Let's come back to it, and here is how your flow is functioning now. And this is a basic example of what you can think around, how you can plan your intent and how you can go around with stuff. And I think now you're very clear with what you want to build. Now you want to build everything according to your conversational flow. You need to define your conversational flow into various intents. One intent is one action or one answer with different questions. And then you can build your chat assistant and you can connect your intents via suggestion chips. So all the best for your assignment, and I hope to see all of you building wonderful assistants. And in the next lecture, we'll be learning more about entities and how can you use entities in your intents to scale this up, to build this up in a very amazing manner. Thanks a lot.